and welcome to A&E TV. Today we're joined for morning coffee by Erica Dickerson, the brand ambassador and CEO in training of Beautyblender. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. To kick things off, talk us through your morning routine.
So first thing I do in the morning is I wash my face, and then I wake up my daughter. I have a 3-year-old daughter.
Oh, wow.
I get her ready for school, and usually I'm trying to juggle. We have an office in New York, and so usually, you know, they're ahead of me. So I'm on conference calls, cooking breakfast. I'm always late dropping her off at school. Sorry. So I always have a very hit the street and go kind of morning.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a mom.
Yeah. And tell us about your involvement in Beautyblender and what your role is there.
So I've kind of been a part of Beautyblender since the very beginning. My mom, Rianne Silva, founded Beautyblender about 17 years ago. A lot of people don't realize how long we've actually been around. I was actually the first Beautyblender assembler.
Oh.
We started packaging our product in our garage, and so my mom would always make deals with me, like, okay, if you want to go out tonight, you need to package 20 or 40 beauty blenders. So I was the first makeup assembler, beauty blender assembler, and then I became. My mom needed a model, so I was free and available. So I was a model for the brand at first, and then. I joined or began our social presence, and so I helped grow our social presence and was part of our social team. And now I've kind of moved into our broadcast business, and I think I've just always kind of been the brand ambassador. So I wear many different hats. I'm very lucky. I kind of can dabble in a few different things.
Okay, and tell us, how has this tiny little sponge created such a huge buzz that it has?
You know, I think really it just comes down to the fact that it actually works. It's not a gimmick. People use it and they get results immediately. And you know, I think a lot of people, makeup is such a personal experience. It can be intimidating, especially if you've never tried it before. And Beautyblender really kind of takes the fear out of makeup. It's easy to use. It's foolproof. And I think also, I mean, we kind of came on the scene at the perfect time where YouTube was blowing up and makeup influencers were just using our product, and it's so recognizable that it kind of just it just kind of caught on.
You mentioned YouTube and social media there. How do you think social media has helped the getting the product out there to the world?
It's been an incredible tool. I mean, we're one of the few brands that really hasn't had to do much as far as pushing it socially. It's kind of been very organic from the beginning. Like I said, because our product works, people gravitate towards it. I think also our color is so iconic. A pink color, it just stands out, and people see that and like, what is that? I want to try that. And you know, my mom being a professional makeup artist, everything that she creates comes and begins from a professional's perspective. And you know, sometimes that can be intimidating to a normal consumer, but I think with Beautyblender we've really bridged that gap where the consumer can feel like a professional makeup artist but not be intimidated by the products that they're using. So I think I think it just organically happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously now we're so excited because you're launching the foundation Bounce. So what can you tell us about that?
Okay, so Bounce is our liquid whip long wear velveteen matte foundation. There's nothing like it on the market. I'm so proud of this product. And so the liquid whip formula, it's very light on the skin, but our foundation is medium to full coverage.
Okay.
So even if you're a woman or a man who likes to have that full coverage look, or maybe you like a lighter application, Bounce can be sheared out or it's buildable.
Okay.
So that liquid whip foundation really kind of allows you to kind of play with it the way you want. The velveteen matte finish is very unique as well. Traditionally, mattes can be very flat and drying. Our foundation is a matte foundation, but it still has dimension. So I love when I wear it and you can see it in the sun that you still have a glow. And the long wear aspect is incredible as well. I was telling you, I just got back from Miami and I was on a boat all day, and I was wearing Bounce, and I got off the boat and it did not budge. It still looked perfect. So it really does last. It lasts through heat. It lasts through the day, and I can definitely and proudly say that there's really nothing out there like our foundation. And I'm just so excited that we are able to bring it out here and share it with everyone.
And what prompted the move for the foundation? Why did you decide to go this way and launch foundation as your second kind of major product?
So, my mom being a professional makeup artist, she's always had a dream of having her own makeup line. Beautyblender actually happened first by accident. And so when Beautyblender kind of took off, her plans to put out a makeup line kind of like took a backseat, and she really focused on growing her tool business. And once we solidified our position as the first and the original Beautyblender, it was like she was like, okay, I'm ready to like fulfill this dream of mine, to have a makeup line. And so it just made sense to start with complexion, because that's what Beautyblender is used for. And we really took our time creating a formula that works beautifully with our product. So it's a system. Like you need one with the other. I don't know if you've seen our packaging. It's really, really cool. It has a built-in palette where you can bounce your blender. So no more dispensing your makeup on the back of your hand. You actually use the foundation bottle as your makeup palette, which is super innovative. And our brand, I think, is all about innovation and creating new ways to apply your makeup, and just having new products and foundation, just innovative ingredients. And I'm just so excited to see how we build out our line.
Okay. And what makeup products do we always find in your beauty bag?
Well, obviously a Beautyblender.
Obviously.
Definitely Bounce. I also love our Power Pocket Puff, which is our powdering tool. I am obsessed with Fenty Beauty's Glass Bomb lip gloss. It's my favorite lip gloss of all time. And then mascara, for sure. I feel like mascara kind of just can brighten any look. Even if you don't have foundation on, it kind of just makes you look awake.
Okay, and how would you define beauty? What would be the definition of beauty for you?
I think there's definitely a lot of definitions of, how to define beauty, but the biggest one for me is definitely confidence. I think self-confidence, whether you're wearing sweatpants, whether you're wearing makeup, no makeup, designer, thrift, whatever, if you have confidence and you walk into a room, people feel that, people see that. I think also being kind and humble, all those things kind of define beauty for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the best beauty tip you've learned throughout your career?
Wear sunscreen. That's what my mom has pushed into my brain since a kid. I have been wearing sunscreen since birth.
So what beauty trends do you love at the moment? What trends are you kind of following, and what can we expect to see coming up?
I think skin, just beautiful skin. And I think a lot of that starts with, skincare, what you put into your body, but really just the beautiful glowy skin. I love highlight, but I like like glossy highlight, just that natural glow. And then I would also say really beautiful ingredients in different products. I'm seeing more and more that, like I said, skincare is becoming so important to so many brands and women, and just having really amazing ingredients in our products. Like, for example, Bounce has birch water extract, which is really great for plumping and plumping the skin, and then hyaluronic acid, which has amazing qualities for the skin as well. So I think ingredients and really pushing forward with skincare and color and foundation, and like bridging that gap.
If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I would say to be kind to yourself. I think it's very hard in the time that we live in. I don't envy teenagers growing up in this time of social media, but I think be kind to yourself, and understanding that everyone's version of beauty is different, and to not put so much importance on what other people's definition of beauty. What matters is what you think is beautiful. And I think that really starts with being nice and kind to yourself and talking nice to yourself in your head.
Okay, and how do you describe your style in one word?
Mood.
Okay. And are you reading a book at the moment?
I am. I'm reading The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It's a book on, how to find true happiness, and it also translates into business for me as well. The Four Agreements are to be impeccable with your word, don't make assumptions, do your best, and don't take anything personally. Whew. I'm not done with the book, so that's why I couldn't remember all those. But I think all those things really translate into life and business, not to take anything personally, to do your best. Like, I just love that book. I think everybody should be reading it. And as far as podcasts go, I love This American Life. I love murder mystery and like crime. Kind of like takes me away. I can fantasize about things, and it's really fun. It's like going to the movies.
All right, and for our final question, how would you like the world to remember you?
I mean, I think just as a woman that empowered other people, that people, when they were around me, felt that I was lifting them up and that we lift each other up. And I think it's so important in the time that we're in right now to support one another and push people forward and not backwards.
Okay, perfect. Erica, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure having you today.